welcome to the Super Important Show. I am one of your hosts, Destin Diodato. We have so many great things tonight. We have bologna on people's faces. We have people going to the bathroom in fours. We have people putting farts in jars. So many other things. It's amazing. Let me introduce you to the amazing people that I have with me today. First off, you've seen her in every show we've done so far because she's an amazing co-host and my partner in all this. It's Heather Jules Booth. How you doing, Heather?
Oh, great. Hello, good evening.
And a special guest we've seen on the show many times before, and we're excited to have back, Audrey Marie Sprouse. How are you doing?
I am so good. I'm so excited to be back in my pajamas, though, this time, and it's a party.
We are excited to have you.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy to be back. Thank you for letting me. These are fun shows.
Awesome. So for folks who have not seen the previous shows that you're in, can you tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you do?
Yeah, who am I? That's the best question to ask. I am a comedy human being. I do a lot of sketch writing. I also perform at the Armory Comedy. You can see me on sketch, and you can also see me in Shot for Shots, which are really fun shows where we destroy all of your favorite movies by reading them aloud, and there are drink rules for both us and the audience. So
I love calling it Destroy. It's a perfect name.
Well, especially when we do those, throwback ones where everyone's very excited and they're like, this is my favorite movie. And I'm like, wait.
Yeah, you're like, just wait.
Just wait. I'm going to find a way to ruin it.
Yeah.
Someone is. But yeah, that's who I am, what I do. I'm obsessed with Harry Styles, and I do comedy.
Nice.
So.
And you got a fan in Joy Masters who's saying that you're a wonderful, awesome person.
You're a wonderful, awesome person, Joy. Thank you.
Do you guys want to get into it? You want to make this whole thing happen?
Yeah, of course.
I'm ready.
All right, let us do it. Our first segment, World You Crazy.
Oh, man. Here we go. World You Crazy.
So we're coming to you, Heather, but I think your camera's being a little wonky, so maybe we will
probably have too many things open. I'm gonna close our YouTube. Oh my goodness, look at my camera. I look like a Star Trek alien. It's terrifying. That's amazing.
I like how you went for Star Trek alien, and I'm like, oh, it's a dancing shrub.
Hello, I've got a story for you.
In the meantime, while we solve that, I will go to Audrey and I.
Yeah, come back to me.
Yeah, but let us get into that story. Why don't you, sort of as a disembodied voice,
would we like to get into? Oh, y'all, you know what? But you know what? You don't need my face because we're gonna look at screenshots for this story.
That's true.
This story, Oscar Mayer. Yes, that Oscar Mayer has invented a bologna-inspired face mask. And that face mask, at least as of this article's being written, although I have verified it's now back in stock, but it was out of stock.
Oh my God.
Listen, the opening line in this article is, ever turned a slice of bologna into a face mask with bites taken out of it and a mouth? I did not do that, but Oscar Mayer says, we all know the rest of you did. So here is a childhood tradition with a new skincare product inspired by everyone's favorite lunch meat. Kraft partnered with Soul Mamas, a Korean beauty skincare company, and they created sheet masks that, for those of you who have not seen a sheet mask, it's a thing that's like got moisturizer or whatever on it with eyes and a mouth cut out, and you put it on your face. It's very comforting. It feels really good. But they've done one that is packaged and designed to look like bologna. As you can see here, it's going to come in a little Oscar Mayer package, and you're going to put it on your face, and it's going to look like that, which is, as most sheet masks should look, slightly terrifying. Something's always a little wrong with it. As somebody who has a smaller sized head, inevitably these things never fit me right. So it's always going to they always look extra terrifying on me, which is really fun. And I love to use for comedic effect.
Yeah.
But that is so, yes, horrifying has a first name is a very good description of this. And I just want to take a second to read some of the things that are happening here. So A senior marketing analyst says Oscar Mayer has a legacy bringing levity to things that have gotten too serious, and beauty is a ripe territory to playfully subvert. Okay, sure. Yes, that's not wrong, but what an interesting choice. It does not have meat or meat ingredients in it. It has witch hazel. It has seaweed-derived ingredients. You're warned, please don't eat this. They also try to capitalize. I know. Listen, you got to tell the public not to, because they will.
Yeah.
So for those of you who remember the My Bologna Has a First Name song, which if you're just shaking your head saying, My Bologna has a first name. It's a... So they've come up with a similar version. Our bologna has a nickname. It's Beauty, which I have a problem with because it doesn't scan, but that is what they have written. That's what they wrote.
Mhm.
And they said, they said the sheet mask is not real bologna. Put it on your face, not your sandwich. The directions, the directions are pretty straightforward. Cleanse, apply mask, relax, remove mask. But as we were prepping for this show, I opened the Amazon link and discovered more gifts. Like the following copy from Amazon: treat yourself, meet yourself. Better yet, give the gift of bologna bliss to others, because nothing says I love you like a slice of self-care. And the second bullet point: remember, you can't spell delightful without deli. Which, I'm going to be really honest, sounds like something I would say in an improv set, and I would fully expect people to boo me, and I would delight in the boos.
Mm-hmm.
That's iconic.
Right? So they have bologna mask benefits, including collagen promotion, minimizes the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and bologna design induces unparalleled serotonin surges and a prolific amount of selfies. So apparently they're intending for you to take selfies with it. I mean, it is a pretty smart marketing tool. So the last thing I want to share, if I may, is that then I scrolled down and I was like, there's got to be reviews for this. And there sure are. Review number 1 is called "It Puts the Meat on Its Face right after it puts the lotion on its skin."
Oh my
I freshen up with one of these when I wake up, looking like Leatherface on the outside and feeling like Buffalo Bill on the inside. Another review says, "Created by a man. Who else would want to slap their meat on your face?" Another person says, "Having some meat slapped on your face keeps you young. It does work well. And most beauty masks out there tend to be too big. This one's a good size and fits well without overlapping your hair, nostrils, eyes, or mouth." And then the last review says, "Do not eat. Bologna, this food isn't what you thought. You can't eat it."
Oh my God.
Yeah, what do we think, everybody?
I mean, sorry.
Go.
I'm
speechless, so please take it.
As somebody who's worked in the skincare makeup world, it shouldn't be a shock when things like this come out, yet every time it totally is.
Mm-hmm.
And what gets me really good about this is they are still like, yeah, it's a joke, but they are trying to make this elevated by doing a 2-part like face mask. And it's like, and then the witch hazel, which that ingredient.
Yeah.
And it's just, you're really asking for just to do a bit. Like it's solely just for a bit.
It is so much work for a bit. And it's a good bit, but yeah.
That's all I can think of, because just how intense, like, witch hazel is your number 1 ingredient you want to promote.
Yeah, right? Like I use, if I use witch hazel, it's like real quick because my face feels dirty. It's not a mask.
Yep. Nope. But that's really funny. That's its top ingredient. And I love how that's what's bothering me, not the fact that it's bologna.
Listen, I understand I get it. Because it's not the thing that you would think you would have as your chief ingredient in.
No.
Like I would expect there to be like something like not oil, but something more that like makes you think of meat.
Yeah. I don't know.
Something more that makes you think of meat? How do you mean that?
Just
maybe
like when I think of, so if I think of like meat, I'm going to think of like there being some oils in meat or some juices in meat. Excuse these phrases. They sound so silly, but that's what I think of. So like, that's how I would capitalize. Like I would make it, I would make it have like Bologna au jus or something. And it's like, AUJUS. And it's like got meat. I don't know. This is why I don't work in marketing. This is be real honest.
Where you're heading.
Thanks, Audrey. We can workshop this.
We can make this a thing. I think. Well, yeah, I get it. Like you could do a hyaluronic acid and just
perfect.
Everyone's
perfect.
Hyaluronic. And it's all slimy anyway, so
it's that's the thing. Like it should have something slimy-ish to it, not like witch hazel.
That's gonna dry somebody out.
It's gonna dry somebody out a lot. You're gonna put it on your face, and your face is gonna sting, and you're gonna be like, "What is happening?"
Yeah,
it'll feel cooling, but
exactly.
I did not realize how out of depth I was going to be for this story. I do not.
Yes, Dustin. Yes, this is what happens.
I am trying to play along, but I know nothing of what you speak. So I will.
You don't know what's meat, what's skincare. What are we talking about?
What's a witch hazel? No,
what's a witch hazel?
Witch hazel seemed like Dustin's a good ingredient. I don't know.
Dustin's like, there's witches in this? What?
I mean, I assume that there are, based on, like that doesn't happen without witchcraft, is all I'm saying.
No, it's accurate.
Like
that person totally has like stones and an altar and like a bunch of
funny. It's so funny.
Incense. Yeah. I'm reading myself too, so when I say that, it's not too
amazing.
It's
so funny.
I brought it up subtly while we were talking, but I do want to call out Joy for calling them faceables.
Joy. Now there's the marketing. See? There we go. There we go. There's marketing.
And you can do so much with that.
Because you could package them up in little tiny packages. Yeah, like a real lunch. Oh my gosh.
An eye mask, a lip mask.
Yeah. See, Joy, you need to go work for Oscar Mayer. They needed to consult with you.
So one of the many, many Oscar Mayer marketing people who are watching right now, reach out to us and we will connect you with Joy. And you can hire her and give her all the money.
Yep. Faceables, give her the money. We're stating it here. She said it.
Yep.
But we own the rights to it. She owns the rights to it, but she did it on our show, so we own the rights to it. But we're married, so we own. So
it's all allowed.
Yeah, it's all happening. It's all coming together. Audrey, do you want to get into your story?
Yeah, I do. I want to talk about this. When I read this story earlier, I have to say I was met with a lot of different emotions, and have I fully processed them? Probably not. That sounds not like me. But I'm going to talk to you about this South Milwaukee home that features 4 toilet communal bathroom. You heard me right. It's a communal bathroom with 4 toilets. Yes. So when you're looking for a new home, I don't know. There are 2 things, as this article says, that are must have. And it's obviously bedrooms and bathrooms. However, this one specifically, like I said, is the photo up of the 4?
Oh, I will bring it up for you. You're having some camera issues, so I was trying to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
you were also a golden bush.
I was a golden bush.
Yeah, you were golden.
Wow, like Harry Styles. Anyways, found a way to bring it up.
This is horrifying.
Yeah. So here's the thing: is that the home was built in 1851 by the Fowl family, and the features in the bathroom that has not 1 toilet but 4. And I've said this so many times at this point: 4 toilets in 1 singular bathroom. And fun thing about it is that it was again built in that 1851, and it was eventually donated to the Girl Scouts of America, who made additions, including this unique bathroom. So that's already something to unpack there. The fact that it's Girl Scouts of America who thought this was a grand idea. According to Jane D. Christopher, a broker associated with this place,
associated with this place,
shared tea with Girl Scouts there. I don't know if that's cool or not, but that's what this says. But yeah, they're wanting to turn this into an Airbnb, and which is fun. And this house was listed at 450,000 Zolas. So,
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
it's cheap for New York standards. So
exactly, I know. It's like, oh, this isn't too bad. And then you see, of course, the four.
Well, it's like 100 grand for each toilet.
Exactly. Think how much water you're wasting, right?
That's what I thought. I was like, that. First of all, the amount of plumbing and water waste. Also, did you say 1851, right?
1851.
Was plumbing wasn't around yet, was it?
No. The Girl Scouts did this.
This is insane.
I understand correct. What
were they? Was this for a badge?
Like a worst idea badge?
What badge?
Yeah, right. What badge? What badge?
I was a Girl Scout for many years. I never had a toilet badge. That would have been a cool badge. But no, it's wild to me. It's just,
this makes no sense.
No, not
like why?
And to do this as an Airbnb, no one is all going to go to the back.
Who's like, yeah, can't wait to share toilets in an Airbnb together?
No. And like, I have a couple of issues that we haven't even touched on. The first one is I want to touch on, there's only one toilet cleaner in the photo. And I don't know.
I also,
I'm the kind of person that it's kind of like a cat, like one litter box per cat is what they suggest. I would say one toilet cleaner per toilet. I don't know if that's a waste, but come on, we're already being excessive. And then my second qualm, if not the biggest, I think I'm landed. This is my biggest qualm of this entire idea. Not the 4 toilets. It's the fact that the artwork is on that side versus.
Can't even look at it.
You're looking at yourself and other people. I'm like, put the artwork on the other side so you don't have to. It's like being on the train. Just look up and read the ad.
I mean, I'm assuming that's very true. I'm assuming that this was solely designed for the like Instagram purposes of like, you're going to take pictures, I assume, but you're not going to take a selfie of one of the 4 toilets.
No.
I'm also going to throw out here that first of all, there's also no, like, I see that roll of toilet paper just sitting in a basket in the middle there. There's no real place for it. But also, okay, what about these curtains? These curtains are, what is
I didn't even clock the curtains.
Yeah, they bothered by.
Yeah, that was a Girl Scout edition, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it just really gets me. Like, I mean, I know there's so many other things like A, this should be stalls, B, this should have never happened.
Also, the selection of art, not very good.
No.
Selection, it makes no sense. There's no theme.
I like different colors. Am I different? Anyways, let's go back to the artwork. I was turning into the art.
It is, you are, you're becoming the art on this wall.
Yes.
There's no like rhyme or reason to this art.
No. And I just, sorry.
No, I was just saying, here's my issue with it, because let's just say you're the type of person who does want to go to the bathroom with 4 people, with 3 other people. Let's just say you're that type of person, right?
Okay.
This bathroom assumes that you're gonna find 3 other people who are super down with going to the bathroom. Then, I would argue, more unlikely, you're going to find 3 other people who have to go to the bathroom when you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like because I would assume that in a 4-bathroom house, even with a full family, all 4 of those bathrooms are probably never actually like in use for going to the bathroom purposes.
No. Yeah.
Like you would need like a football team, right? Like to need this.
I don't even think a football team's going to poop together.
No. Well, my thought prior to like going into this show tonight was like, if you had triplets all potty training or 4, which why I can't remember that one for
this very small subset of families. Yeah.
yeah, you know, all potty training at the same time, then yeah, sure, it kind of makes sense. But then what are you gonna do when they're potty trained? And
Right.
are adults?
Once they're just like, I want to do this by myself. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just not the tea, as one would say.
Oh. No.
Yeah. This is a hard pass for me. I don't think I'd
Okay.
Airbnb
Same.
here.
This would not put this on a list of places I want to Airbnb. No.
No, pass.
I do need to call out Vinny for the deep cut for this show, actually, saying I would think this would be an upgrade for Meghan Trainor, because we had previously done a story on how Meghan Trainor likes to go to the bathroom with her boyfriend.
I can't remember. I think it was her husband at that point. Yeah.
They like to
And
look
they like
each other
specifically,
in the eye.
they commissioned a double toilet so that they could look at each other.
Right. Which this does
Whoa.
not solve that problem, because none of the people are looking at each other unless they go side saddle on the toilet. Yeah, but nobody goes side saddle.
You don't have to do side saddle. You could sit on the toilet and then just make really uncomfortable, like.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could,
You know,
but I'm
like
just
that?
saying it's not designed for it, I guess, is all I'm saying.
No.
No. And I mean, outhouses probably had 2 to 3 things. So it's not, I'm going way back. I'm
Right.
sorry.
No. Yeah.
I just, Meghan Trainor.
So we're saying it's a vote across the board that none of us want to stay in this
If
place.
this were a would you rather question, unless it was something so horrifying, I'm definitely not choosing this.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't choose this one.
I mean,
no.
unless you're just like, unless it's a situation where it's just one couple that lives there and they just only want to clean the bathroom like 4 times less frequently, and you just be like,
But you're
well,
not. It's still 4 toilets.
Yeah.
right,
No,
but you could just be like, hey, when the first one got dirty, then I'll just start using the second one, and eventually at some point there'll be like a crappy day where you have to like clean all the toilets, but like, you know, you can stall, I guess is my
Boo.
point. I didn't mean that as the thing. I did not mean that as the
Out
thing.
of here. And exit the chat.
good day.
Do we want to move on to our equally as immature third story?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if you're just sitting around thinking, what's a good way for me to make money? It doesn't involve a lot of work. One of those ways, apparently, according to the fact that we are on the darkest timeline, is that you can start selling your farts, depending on who you are.
Ah!
Because apparently there was this lady by the name of Stephanie Matto, who you may know from 90 Day Fiancé fame. She was on that show, and she parlayed that into being a social media influencer, and eventually I think she was on OnlyFans or the equivalent thereof. And she decided, hey, you know what? I am going to try and make a bunch of money selling farts, and she did. Quick poll to you guys. How much money do you think a fart seller makes in the average month?
Oh.
I mean, I thought you were going to ask per jar.
Well, I will give you that too, but I'm curious to see.
Per month?
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Per month?
per week. Per
Per
week.
week.
$2,000.
Ooh, that's a good. Yeah, this seems lucrative to me too.
This definitely seems
Yeah.
like something people would be into.
Ooh,
Mhm.
I'll say 2,500.
2,500.
Just to make
Okay.
it, different.
Spice it up.
Spice it up a little bit.
And Heather, you're gonna go with.
Yeah, I went with $2,000.
You're gonna go $2,000.
Sure.
You're both very wrong.
Oh
Um,
boy.
She made $50,000 a week because she sold each jar of her farts for $1,000 a piece.
Wow, I do not
Wow.
value myself. I was going to say $50 a jar, and I would
Nope.
have been happy with that.
$1,000 a piece.
Wait, how many does she sell a week?
50.
50.
at
I guess you
$1,000
have
a
to do
piece.
farts a week.
Yeah. Well, here's where it went all south on her, because she only did it for a very limited amount of time.
Yeah.
Because in order to be able to fart 50 farts that would create enough of a smell that somebody would pay $1,000 for it, she had to take on a very unhealthy diet.
Yeah.
So she drank 3 protein shakes a day. She drank she ate a lot of cabbage. She did a special order where she ate just a ridiculous amount of cheese. So come Christmas Eve of this year, she had done so much damage to her body that she had to go to the hospital. She thought she was having a heart attack or a stroke or something like that, and then
Just jar farts.
just from having too much fart situation going on. So she has since retired from the fart selling industry because it was too taxing on her body. I would argue that she probably could have just done a smaller inventory.
Yeah, because she didn't have to do it all at once,
Yeah.
She could have done a couple here, a couple there.
Yeah.
Also, how do you?
No, it's so bad for your body.
Also, how? Okay, so how does she know this fart was jar worthy versus not?
Yeah.
Are the people who get these farts opening the jars? Do we know? Are there reviews?
Yeah, because she. Because she was getting feedback from the people saying hey, this one was really good. This one wasn't as good. Because I think I would argue that the pool of people who are buying farts is not that high. So I think that there are return customers.
It was just 3 people buying.
Yeah.
Farts over and over. 3 very wealthy people.
Yeah. So there were a couple. I was reading that she was saying that there was one thing that she had to eat that made. Well, I think especially the cheese one created an earthy thing that even she was sort of very unhappy about, but the person liked it a lot, so she tried to if somebody's willing to pay $1,000 for it, she's seemingly willing to do it. But don't worry, because I know you're both sitting there being hey, what's she gonna do now that she can't sell her farts? Is she gonna be out on the street?
No, she's probably selling her poops now.
No, don't worry. She's not selling.
I just clenched.
She's not. Yeah, she's not selling. She's not selling any part of her body anymore. Now she has moved to selling fart jar NFTs to people who are willing to buy imagery of fart jars in.
I'm so confused.
In NFT. I am too. I wanted to look it up more, but I decided I was just so repulsed by the whole thing that was happening that I just decided to just move on with my life. So
yeah.
But if you want to check out, her name's Stephanie Motto. You can find her on a bunch of things that you should not Google at work. So
I mean, listen. Listen.
Yeah.
She made $50,000 in a week selling farts.
Yeah.
There are good for her.
Good for her. But
Good for her.
Admittedly, I don't know if I should share this, but I will anyways. I had to go to the ER one time, and it was because I was so full of gas.
Oh.
And so, I can feel the feeling of somebody who's that hurt and sick.
Just full of farts.
I was full. They were like, "You're just full," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought something else.
Right.
was
You're
happening.
I thought it was something really terrible. And they're like,
Yeah.
no, it's just farts.
Yeah. So just felt
Wow.
like I needed to share.
But,
Wow.
but
Could have
like-
sold that.
right, but
Yeah.
a
Who knew?
chump, you weren't selling any of them.
No, yeah. You're just releasing them out into the air.
Yeah.
I did. Oh my gosh. I really missed the mark.
Yeah.
I think
You could-
every time I fart now, I'm just going to be like, wasting money. There I
Said
am,
that.
wasting that money.
Right. You could have had a car. You could have had a car if you had
Oh,
just
wow.
been
Yeah.
more economical about it. So,
Ah. Next time.
yeah.
Next time. Next time.
Okay, so anything else on our fart story, or is it time to move on to what the fact?
I think we should.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
I was going to do a gas joke and I couldn't. Wasn't ready.
All right. Here we go. For those of you who have not seen this segment before, basically I present these guys with a question and 3 possible answers, one of which is definitely true. They try and guess. Folks in the chat try and guess as well. And hopefully I trick some of you with some of the ridiculous answers that I come up with that aren't the right thing. So let us start with it. Let's start in the 90s. There's a 90s British band called Rock
I already
Bitch,
like them.
Okay.
which was known for doing what? What made them stand out? And I will present you with your options. Your options are slapping willing male concert goers and calling them rock bitches, having sex with the person who caught the golden condom, and writing songs They Might Be Giant style about rocks and minerals. One of these is true.
Okay.
I'm assuming none of you have heard of rock.
Nope.
Rock bitch.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
See, okay. I just don't want B to be true.
Okay.
At all. 'Cause that's. Oh wow. See? Oh
Yeah.
no, maybe it is.
Yeah.
You're a fart now, Audrey.
Maybe it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, we are having weird issues, but we're just gonna go with it right now because
We are.
we
We're
don't have
totally
much of a
gonna
choice.
go with it. Hi, I'm back. So I'm gonna go with A.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds funny to me.
Right. And Joy in the chat has put in her vote for C. So Heather, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with B. It feels very like a weird British thing.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a cheeky, campy 90s British type thing as I
Okay.
dissolve into a fart.
Yes.
I wish I could sell it, but I'm going with B.
Okay. And Vinny in chat is going with B as well.
Okay.
And the actual answer is in fact B.
It just felt so camp and it just felt so British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the
Yeah.
fact that it's like a golden condom, like freaking Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Right. That's that honestly. So I'm like, that seems like some, yeah.
I
Seems
have
like
to-
some British people.
Yeah, I have to imagine you have to be in the first like few rows because like there's a lot of drag on a condom. Like you're not going to get it like 50 rows back. You know what I mean? Like it's condom's not aerodynamic.
Unless it's wrapped around a brick.
You're just gonna throw I mean, I guess that might work. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, yeah.
All right. Moving on to question 2. The famous you guys know the song, Phenomena song.
Mhm.
From the Muppets, didn't actually come from the Muppets. It actually came from something else. What did it come from? Did it come from a nightmare Jim Henson had during a bad case of pneumonia, a Russian death metal band named Slam Fist, or an Italian softcore movie named Sweden, Heaven and Hell?
Oh.
Again, one of these is definitely true.
Okay, these all sound great.
So you want to go first with your guess?
No, I need to really meditate on this one.
Heather, do you have an opinion?
I
on
think
this?
it's B.
You think it's B?
I think it's B.
You think it's Slam Fist, the Russian band?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm also leaning towards this Russian death metal band named Slam Fist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Joy's going with B as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are both going with Slam Fist.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I got you guys this time.
It's
It's
C.
actually C, an Italian
It's C,
softcore
okay.
movie named Sweden,
Okay.
Heaven and Hell. I was not able to find that clip, and I don't think that I probably could have played it on the show, even if I wanted to. I
Yeah.
don't know if there is a Russian band named Slam Fist. I assume that there is. There's definitely a
What?
Russian band named Slam Fist, but
Of course.
I could not tell you with 100% certainty that there is, but there definitely is. There's 100%.
And what's weird is that I, in the back of my mind, feel like I heard this fact somewhere, and that's why I was not positive if it was B or C, but like I knew it wasn't A. I knew it was something where it was like it came from some other media. Because I think I've heard it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Moving on to question number 3.
All right.
Which of the following things were blamed for werewolves in the 1500s in Europe? So one of these things people are said like, this is why we have werewolves. It's basically like, your choices are overfeeding Pomeranians, people pleasuring themselves with their left hand, or C, tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
You're gonna go with tomatoes. And why are you going with tomatoes?
Because it's so stupid. No, I mean
they're all stupid. They're all stupid.
They're all silly. I don't know. I just feel tomatoes. Because weren't tomatoes like poisonous, or am I completely not?
I don't think so.
People thought they were poisonous. Maybe that was in America.
Are you thinking of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
No.
That's a movie.
Oh, I want to see that. No. It's a history fact. I thought where like people thought tomatoes were poisonous. I don't know.
I believe you. I'm believing you.
Okay. So you're gonna go with C.
Yeah, I'm C. Hard C.
Heather?
I'm going to just stick with B's across the board. And I'm mainly going to pick this one because of the significance of the left hand, because I know that like in the really superstitious times, you know, there's like the left is bad. Anything with left is evil. So I'm going to go with that.
Okay, cool. Well,
A is hilarious, but
yeah.
It is in fact C.
Audrey, you got it. You were right.
Yeah. They were new to the area at the time, and it was one of those like, well, tomatoes just showed up, and apparently werewolves just showed up, so witches have been using tomatoes to create werewolves. So they assumed that anybody who was interacting with tomatoes was definitely a witch trying to conjure up werewolves.
Of course.
That's so funny.
Or if you are a witch out there and you want to make a werewolf, I guess find tomatoes.
You're looking to.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So that is
wow.
That is our what the fact for this week. A bunch of weird things that now you all know that you did not know before.
I love it.
So that means it's time for us to get into a little would you rather. I think we're coming to you first, Heather. Am I correct?
Yeah, you got that right.
Cool. All right. Let's do it.
Would you rather, or rather, which animal would you rather see domesticated? Would you rather have domesticated koalas or domesticated foxes? Audrey, I am going to throw that to you.
Thank you so much. I think I would. It's definitely foxes. I'd rather see that just because I heard a rumor, and I have never met one, but I've heard that koalas are mean.
I've also heard this rumor.
And like everybody already wants a pet fox. So it's like, I don't know. I think foxes are cute. Koalas
but you're talking about an undomesticated koala. Like dogs were probably dicks before we domesticated them, and now they're like nice. So like, if koalas are jerks, like maybe it's because they're like so used to being on their own. Is all I'm saying is like, you know.
But also, you're always, when I see photos of koalas, it's people holding them at a zoo type situation versus a fox, where it's just like all of these gorgeous photos of foxes in like the forest or in a, you know, snowy terrain. I don't know. I would rather have a fox. I could also say, what does a fox say? Anytime I see a fox, on the street. So yeah, you know what? That's why I I choose it. I stand by it.
Okay. Vinny in chat is pointing out that there is an experiment where they tried to domesticate foxes. But he's not telling me what the results are. So hopefully you're hearing this. Tell us what the results are. Did it work? Did they fail?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming they failed because we don't have pet foxes, but I'd like to know if they just killed everybody. Joy is going with koalas.
Dustin, what are you going with?
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta go with koalas. Just because I feel like we borderline already have foxes. Like, I feel like foxes are, like between having dogs and cats, like I already know what having a pet fox would be like. So, like, I think like koala provides me with the variety of pet that I need, because I don't feel like there's a koala equivalent that we have domesticated so far. Like, like being able, it's a tiny bear, and we don't have any like tiny bears that we've domesticated, and I would like to have a tiny bear option. So
Yeah.
I would go with koalas.
I feel that. I see that. I can see and understand and appreciate how you got there. I really can. No, I do. I like the idea of like a little bear.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't know. Those are the rumors I heard. And I'm sticking to the foxes. But I get it, too. But wait, could you domesticate a koala in like the climate of North America? Are they here?
How do you mean?
Like, are they going to vibe with like our climate?
I mean, we'd figure it out. I feel like we'd figure it out.
Yeah, that's true. Cool.
So we do have a lot going on in the chat now.
And I put a link in the chat to an Instagram for some domesticated pet foxes that are on the IG that are very cute. So I'm just letting you know now. I'm going straight for foxes because they're adorable, and yeah.
So Vinny pointed out that
cute.
He found out from his coworker that this experiment happened. Marcus apparently has checked it out, because he says the foxes did develop psychological changes and became friendlier with humans. So
they're super cute.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. So if they're talking about the same experiment, which I believe that they are. So, yeah. So I guess we're practically there on foxes. So
Wow.
I guess well, we seem somewhat more split in our would you rather. I think the universe has decided
The universe has decided
we're gonna
that
go
it's
with
foxes.
Yeah.
We're doing foxes.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fair.
All right. Audrey, I believe you are up next.
Yeah, this is a hard one. Would you rather have a jetpack with unlimited power or an unbreakable bubble you can travel on water with?
Who do you want to send it to?
Heather, go first.
So we're going. So it's a jetpack with unlimited power.
Yeah.
Versus an unbreakable bubble. I think I'm going to go with the bubble. I'm creeped out by I recognize that jetpacks are cool.
Yeah.
But like the instability of that, I don't know. I feel like it would be a very unstable feeling. I also, keep in mind, hate roller coasters for a similar reason. I hate that unstable feeling. So I don't think I'd like a jetpack. I think I'm gonna go with an unbreakable bubble that it's unbreakable, so that feels safe, and you can travel over water with it, like at your speed.
Okay.
I'm going with that.
Yeah.
What
about you?
I would say you're wrong in your choice. No. And I say that because just thinking about like the frequency with which you would use something, like if I had a jetpack, I could use it basically like whenever I wanted to, if I like want to go to a show, or if I want to go visit my parents, or if I want to go do whatever, I can always take the jetpack out and jetpack to wherever I want to go. Versus like having the bubble to be able to explore the ocean, because I was at first thinking bubble, because I was like, I could explore the ocean in a way that like nobody else could, and like 70% of the planet is water. So like I'd have access to all this space that other people didn't, but at the same time, like once I was done with that, I'd be done with that. You know, like I wouldn't like that wouldn't be my average Tuesday. On my average Tuesday, I would use a jetpack. Like once a year, I would use the bubble to be like, oh, I'm gonna go see like what this thing is. You know, but even still, like you're walking in the bubble, so it's like how far? Like, am I gonna just bring like a bunch of food into the bubble and like walk to Europe and then like hope everything goes smooth? I don't know. So I feel like jetpack is the way to go because like it's just practical more often. And I am getting chastised by Joy saying that I'm boring because I don't want to explore the deepest. Like, I could go to the top of mountains. You know what, Joy? Joy, I could go to Scotland whenever I felt like it on my jetpack, and I'd get there quickly. So who's boring now?
But I didn't even think about the aspect of going underwater. I thought it was just like on the water, and I was like, that's still really cool. But like now that you've picked underwater, I'm even more sticking to it because now that's like extra cool.
Yeah, especially if it's unbreakable. Like a shark can't bite into it.
Yeah, but you could just like see the shark. How cool would that be? You're like, what's up, shark?
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by that.
What if you fart in the bubble, though?
Then it stays there because it's unbreakable. Then it just it lives there.
Sell the bubble, sell the bubble.
That's exactly what you do with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Joy is very worked up in chat. He is voting for unbreakable bubble.
Thank you, Joy. Yes, I get it. I get it. I'm with you, Joy.
Also chastised me with the fact that if I did go to the top of the mountain, I couldn't breathe up there. And ultimately agreeing with Heather that Heather gets it. Apparently, even though I think you're all wrong, but you're welcome. You're welcome to your opinion because we live in a free country. So that's my opinion.
Friendship.
Wait, but Audrey, what are you saying?
Oh, I think I'm team bubble just because I want to see the ocean. I've seen the sky, you know.
Seen the sky.
I've seen the sky.
I've floated planes.
Fuck the sky, it's up. I've seen it. It's boring.
It's fine. Well, I have a fear of height. Well, it's a new fear. It's a growing fear of height.
Excuse me.
Funny enough. Yeah, no. And I like the idea of a bubble and exploring under into the ocean and also walking to England whenever I please.
Oh.
It sounds like a blast. So I'm going to go with the bubble as well.
Okay.
If I were to choose, yeah.
Right. You're a weird, but
that's fine. It's friendship.
Right. So let's get to our third question.
Yes.
This one I tried to do the research to figure out which made more sense. And I could not find it to save my life.
Okay.
Here are your options. Going forward from right now, we like click a button and you have the choices of you can either get $1 million right now to do whatever you want to with, invest in crypto and make $1 billion. Or you get $5 every time somebody is stung by a wasp. Does that happen a lot? Does it happen a little? We don't know.
So that is 200,000 wasp stings to get $1 million. I don't know. I feel like knowing the universe and how many people there are and how many billions of people there are on the planet, that might be the more lucrative option.
But wasps aren't everywhere. Like wasps are
and they're not stinging all the time.
Right.
Also, are you getting paid? How fast are you getting paid this $5?
Like up on each sting. Like you have a bank account and $5
Like it's
appears
in my
that bag.
Venmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like wasps. I get a Venmo from a wasp.
Right.
Don't correct me. That's how I want it.
No, I would never. That's a
Thank
great
you.
idea.
Thank you. I just want the wasps to Venmo me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because I would love $1 million right now. It would be, always great. My biggest theme on this is money making things easier. But if I feel like there's a lot of wasps stinging people. There's a lot of people on the earth.
Yeah.
All it takes is 200,000 stings to get. Like,
that
what
$1
if one unlucky person got 100 stings? Right up.
Yeah.
I love math.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
but to that point, Joy said, I don't want to knowingly. She voted for the $1 million because she said, I don't want to knowingly gain from others' pain.
So this is Joy. You're a better person than I am. I will also say I didn't stop to think about the wasps. Like you're right. They're painful. And I didn't even think about that. I was just like, oh, it's a wasp sting. I didn't even take that into account. So obviously I am the bad person.
I didn't think about it either.
No, right? Because I was just like, oh, a wasp sting. Sure.
Yeah.
It stings you. Like, I think we're thinking of it like a bee sting, which is still bad, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I've
annoying more than.
I said before, Joy
Yeah.
is the best of us. Everybody knows that Joy is the best of us.
Yeah, it's obvious.
So true. Yeah.
That's a really good point, Joy. Yeah.
So she's gonna go with the $1 million. Like ignoring the Joy is a good person thing. You're gonna go with.
Yeah.
You're gonna go with the.
Can I Google? Can I Google? Am I allowed to Google?
You are. I tried to figure it out. Like all the stats that you
I'm
can find
Google?
on it are basically like how many people are killed by getting stung by like bees and wasps and things like that.
Oh.
Like I don't think they broke it out by like how many people get stung by wasps. I think partially just because there isn't like a real good database.
There are more than 30,000 species of wasp around the world.
See,
Okay.
that was my question.
How many wasps are there, right? Yeah.
Like, are we talking about the species?
Yeah,
Like,
just like anything that anybody
different,
would call a
okay.
wasp.
Article, hot take, wasps are good.
Well, wasps don't they eat spiders? Or is it the other way around? Spiders eat wasps.
I'm not sure, but I know that almost I've read this, like most bugs have some kind of point except mosquitoes.
Yes.
I think I saw something about how wasps like are necessary for figs.
For figs?
For figs. Like
Okay.
the only way that a fig gets fertilized, like for a new fig tree, is if a wasp like goes in there and dies.
Well, there
It's
we
like
go.
Yeah, it's a really weird thing that like I thought was kind of made up, and then I was watching a show yesterday and it like fucking came up. So like I'm pretty sure it's true. So we need wasps for figs.
Otherwise, we're not getting any fig Newtons.
Yeah, I was about to say, now every time I bite into a fig Newton, I'm gonna
Thank a wasp.
make a wasp for this.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
All
So,
right.
So where's the vote?
I think given that we cannot mathematically prove where this wasp thing could go, I'll go with the $1 million.
Okay.
Because it's right now, and Joy's right. We're not like, what if a person died from a wasp sting or something, and then I got money for it? That's shitty.
Okay.
Plus, it is also $1 million right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather have the $1 million as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
You just want the $1 million?
Yeah, I think like I didn't think about the pain the other one would cause, but also it's like, how long is it going to take for you to get that $1 million?
I don't know.
Could take a week. Could take.
We could be wrong. It might be really fast. It could be like we wake up tomorrow and we're like, oh, 200,000 wasps stung someone.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
That's
like,
because it feels like the wasp option is like the publisher's clearinghouse, like get $5,000 a week for life kind of deal. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
Ed McMahon showing up with these wasps.
Right. Like, Yes. Like each one you have to see just a picture of somebody who got stung. But like it seems like the wasp option is just money that's constantly coming in. Like you'll burn through the $1 million like eventually, just because you're like, I have $1 million, I'm gonna go buy a boat, and then all of a sudden there's like, you don't have that money anymore. But like $5, like every time a wasp gets stung, like you know that you're always like, you know that you can retire if you want to, because you're gonna have some amount of income. And I'm assuming in this scenario,
the wasp is always going to be stinging.
Right, they're always gonna be stinging. I'm assuming that the government's not gonna jump in on this and try and take taxes out of your $5 because
I did think of that. I 100% thought of that.
Oh yeah, no, they totally will.
Will they? I mean, like,
well,
$2.
if the wasp sends it not as like sales on Venmo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't,
the wasp has to click the little like friend button.
This feels like a thing where there's like so you can find the tax loophole. Like if you find the right person, they'll be able to,
sure.
They'll be able to make it so that you're paying at least very minimal taxes on it. So I would say that I prefer the security of knowing that I will constantly have some money coming in, and probably like more than $1 million over my lifetime. I just have to wait for it. But I agree with Joy though that like, I agree with Joy that like I feel bad about the person being stung, but I'm not encouraging people to be stung. I am not like doing anything to make it happen. It was gonna happen anyway, and therefore, like, I might as well benefit from something that was gonna happen regardless.
I get that. It's a tough question.
Yeah. So I'm the sole person on the other side, and I can live with that because I am frequently the person.
I'm very. This is one where I'm like not firm on it. I'm like,
okay.
So
yeah.
I mean, it's worth doing more research, but again, you run into the problem of like nobody fills out a survey every time they get stung by a wasp. Like, there's no good way to track like its frequency. So that's what we got.
And I'm going to keep my Venmo feed private, so if they send me money,
I always keep my Venmo feed private. I don't know why anybody needs to know. I don't know why it's a social thing.
I don't either. It's weird. It's really weird, and it also like mine. I don't know about yours, but do y'all's Venmos still have like people that you no longer have in your phone?
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that weird? So I have like old coworkers that I deleted from my phone, and they're still in my Venmo feed. And I'll log in and I'll be like, oh, well, I guess they got married, which also is weird because they were Venmoing each other like wedding stuff, like deposit on our wedding flowers. And I'm just like, all right, that's on Venmo now. Cool.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
It was weird.
It's weird. Anytime I go to Venmo somebody, I definitely fall in the rabbit hole of these random people I went to middle school with.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh, they went out for pizza. Cool.
Right. Or like kids who I thought were 10 years young. Well, they are 10 years. No, but it doesn't matter. Like how I know them as kids.
Right.
Are Venmoing for like the brewery. And I'm thinking,
right. And you're like, you're 10. You can't be drinking. Welcome to getting old, Audrey.
Yeah, thank you.
Very upsetting.
It's very upsetting. You're like, you're 10. You can't be drinking. And they're like, I was born in like 95 or some whatever age is now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our show, guys. That's,
Wow.
We did it. We made it through.
We made it through.
Yeah. And thank you for everybody in the chat who helped us out and answered questions. And I'm gonna get yelled at by Joy in a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. And, Audrey, where can people see you other than in this weird cloud that your camera has come? And I need to figure out what happened that's causing that for future, so we don't have that happening.
Yeah, I closed literally everything down. This is it.
No, it's happening to both of us, so I think it could be an internet thing, but
okay.
I think it might
both
be.
of us.
I think there's some connection issue that's happening.
Yeah.
Well, in this cloud of little things you see. I'm rocking back and forth. It's a party. Anyways, where can you find me? You can find me on the Instagram. It's very casual. Oh, here I come. It's a very casual Instagram handle. It's my full name, Audrey Marie Sprouse.
I think I have it. And
you can find me there.
It's very upsetting that way, but
you can see all my cats and all my fun. This as well. I just can't stop.
It's really entertaining. Like every time it happens to both of us, I feel like once again I'm in a Star Trek, like a special effect or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But it never happened before today. It's so annoying.
No, it's weird.
So sorry. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm right by my.
Not you.
Modem.
I do not believe it's you, Audrey.
Yeah, it may be this. It may be the servers that everything's going through. Like, there's a decent chance it could just be that.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah,
anyway.
that's where you can find me.
Cool. And Heather, what do you got coming up?
We have it's actually not for a couple weeks, so I'm pretty much like not anything coming up this upcoming week, but we'll have some shot for shots in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
They're coming up. Yeah, we have Greatest Showman in a couple weeks.
We do.
Excited for. Yeah,
we also
very excited.
We have Avengers.
You have Avengers, yes.
I have Avengers.
It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a. I'm Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, and I got the crown.
It's an amazing character. You're gonna turn such looks. I know it.
I can't wait. The crown is coming. It was 3D printed. I'm ready.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Sorry.
And I don't have any particular shows coming up in this week. I'm hoping. Last week I had mentioned that we're trying to do a quiz show. I'm hoping to do that next Wednesday. I still have some work I need to do on it, and I still need to. I still got a bunch of work to do on it. So, but fingers crossed. I believe that is the second. Will be the first one. So I will let you guys know next Monday.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already written most of the questions, so we'll see. It should be a good time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you again next Monday.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing it. You're
Audrey,
amazing.
always a treat to have you.
Oh, always a treat to be here. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.